like, you know what, maybe Laura was my hero. Like, maybe Laura was the drama we all needed. Like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing another series review video. We're going to be chatting about the Real Housewives of Lagos. The season is finally over. It was so exciting. Don't know if you guys watched it. If you did, as we go through the sections, comment down below what your thoughts were about that situation. Otherwise, if you haven't, hope you enjoy this video. Let's get into my thoughts about the Real Housewives of Lagos season 1. Okay, so the first thoughts, right? First impressions of the ladies, right? As I'm seeing them on the series. The series starts with Tiannah, and I get the feeling that she is the one who is friends with most of the ladies. So she's sort of like the glue of the show. Or at least at the beginning. We all know that Real Housewives, in order to get in, you know, they sort of have to have a link. They sort of have to know each other from somewhere, somehow. So Tiannah's friends with most of the ladies. When we start out, I see Tiannah. She's this fashion mogul. She is a fashion designer, very famous fashion designer, well known in Lagos with a big fashion house. And yeah, she's friends with 4 of the ladies, or 3. My pencil just broke off and I'm just so lazy to go sharpen it, so I'm just going to use the smaller one. So Tiannah is friends with Laura, very close friends with Laura, Mariam and Iyabo, who are on the cast. So those are her friends. She's friends with 3 out of basically there's 2 other ladies. So she has more friends when this group starts out. And she gives me that vibe of, you know, super successful, goal orientated, driven, you know, but over the top personality type of person. That's the vibe I'm getting. And the next person I'm gonna get into, I think I'm gonna talk about Chioma. I think Chioma gave me that entrepreneur. She gave me that bappy energy, you know, at the beginning. I don't know, like, what do you guys think? Like, I saw it. You know, when somebody just knows who they are and they're not afraid of anything, they're go-getters. And she's actually very focused. She's a focused girl because she has multiple businesses, and they're, well, the ones that I saw on the show seem very successful. So from the looks of it, it seems that she has her life together. She has her things together. She is in her bag, and she's a very pretty girl, and just gives me that you know, I'm a queen. I know my worth. I know who I am. Period. That's what she gives me. That's the vibe I'm getting from Chioma. When the show started, honestly, I don't know how she makes it into the mix, because some of the earliest scenes, they want to use her restaurant for the party, a party that Tiannah is planning, and I think that's sort of how she gets into it. This brow is, I don't know if this eyebrow is going to behave today. So that's how she makes it into the mix. And I don't think at this point, I think she had met some of the ladies, she had worked with them, but I don't think she had like a friendship. I think she was still going to work on it, you know, as the season unfolds. And next we talk about Lady Caroline. Caroline killed me. Like, she killed me when she introduced herself, and she's like, some people don't like me because I was married to a billionaire. And I think they have a problem with that. They have an issue with that. They're pressed because I was married to a billionaire. It's not my problem, sweetie. So yeah, that's the vibe I got from Caroline. I don't really have any, it wasn't anything bad, anything good. It was just, I feel like that's how she introduced herself, and it was like, okay, I guess we will see what this billionaire lifestyle is about through Caroline. I guess maybe trying to give off the I have more money mostly, or at least I've been exposed to more money than most of y'all. I don't know. So Caroline is a former billionaire's wife, and well, yeah, former billionaire wife, as well as currently the business that she's into is construction. That is what she does right now. That's how she's making her money. I think it's construction and interior design. Then we have Iyabo. Iyabo gave me that like lively energy. Like she just gave me that vibe. She's a famous Nigerian actress, and yeah, she just gave me the vibe of I'm alive, I am lively, I'm where it's hip and happening, and also very friendly, open-minded, open to new friendships. That's the vibe she gave me. Some of the ladies were not like so open when it came to, you know, the other cast members, because like I don't know you like that, but I feel like Iyabo was very open from the jump, you know. Then we have Laura. Laura is a social media entrepreneur, social media influencer, and she also has published a book. She basically, when she introduces herself, obviously she's like, I'm all about family. So I guess we will get to see that as the season unfolds, her, you know, being all about family. And I will say that like my first impressions of Laura, honestly, it was very unpleasant. I did not like her. Like, have you ever just watched an episode and not like somebody from the jump? Like, I just did not like Laura. I felt like she had a stinking attitude, if I can say that. She's friends with Tiannah, like I mentioned, and the very first event we see on the show is Tiannah's launch party that takes place at Chioma's restaurant, and Laura's just acting up. She's just being strange, she's just being weird, and it turns out it's because she didn't know that the other ladies were going to be there. And like she just wishes Tiannah had given her a heads up. She's not in the mood to socialize. But I don't know, girl. You didn't need to be nasty. This is the first time you're meeting. Like this, the whole group is together. So she was weird for me. Kept on sipping on a drink and just being quiet. Like kind of being low-key shady. That was just weird for me. Anyways. We obviously later learn that she has some sort of possible beef, or at least the beef was ensuing, or it was building up, or it was suppressed, and now it was, you know, coming out because now we're on a show together with one of the cast members. But still, she was very, very shady at that first event, and I just didn't like her attitude. I didn't like the vibe. Then we have Mariam. I love Mariam. I think she's bold. I think she's loud. I think she's comfortable with who she is, and she's very real. Some of the ladies do or did, I don't know if it's throughout the season or at least at the beginning, they like to keep to themselves, you know, like not show too much, no share too much about yourself. Mariam was like 100% from day one. She was very lively, very bubbly, very talkative, spoke her mind. And also what I liked to her, similar to Iyabo, she was very open to building relationships with the ladies. She was just open and ready for anything, and actually put in the effort to try and get to know the ladies, because she did join the crew a little late when everybody else had met at the initial, after everybody had met at the initial launch party, Tiannah's launch party. The show really delivered when it comes to lifestyle. Hey, they really delivered hard. I mean, as a Real Housewives fan, you know, I really watch a lot of Real Housewives. I know that they pick the best of the best, you know, to join the cast, and that is because they obviously want us to experience the elegant side of life of that city, in this case Lagos, through these cast members. So they obviously have to pick the best of the best, you know, and this show certainly delivered. The ladies, you know, had luxurious cars, they had beautiful gorgeous homes, they went to the finest restaurants and, you know, holiday homes and hotels. Everything was just the best of the best. And I truly have to say, when it comes to home decor, Mariam's home decor really stuck with me. It just gave that elegant, chic, hotel-y, expensive look. I really enjoyed Mariam's home decor. And Iyabo's beach house also was like phenomenal. It was out of this world. The views, like everything, it was just so beautiful. You really just wanted to, you're like, I want this beach house, or at least I want to rent this beach house. I want to experience this at least once. So that's the vibe it gave. And all in all, I can say that we literally got to experience the fine life of Lagos. Did you guys see those cars? Did you see those hotels? Did you see everything? I mean, come on. We got to experience the fine life of Lagos, and definitely wish we were there. Like, I feel like Real Housewives is one of those reality shows that really just make you feel like, wow, I want to go there. I want to experience that. Even if it's once in my life, you know? So, yeah, they really delivered in that aspect. When it comes to the fashion, the ladies were always dressed to impress. Tiannah, of course, is a fashion designer, so she always had to wear statement pieces, signature pieces, you know, pieces that are very special, have some sort of, I don't know, it's like a statement piece. It's different. It's definitely, you know, it stands out. And it wasn't always well received. Like, sometimes the ladies felt like she was a bit too extra, or she was off theme. Like on the yacht, Chioma said when she was wearing this outfit that she was actually meant to wear at the desert, but didn't actually get the time to change into it. She said, oh well, their outfits is beautiful, but is it yacht appropriate? Maybe not. And one of her closest friends, Mariam, did throw a little bit of shade towards her peacock outfit. Well, it's not a peacock outfit, it's a feather outfit, feather dress, and she was like, it's very expensive, you know, it's made with real feathers. And all Mariam had to say was that, you know, she looks like a real peacock with all those feathers around her with the outfit that she was wearing to the Billionaires Club in Dubai. And in contrast, actually Laura was very underdressed. According to me, she was underdressed throughout the show. Like, she literally gave me fast fashion vibes. She gave me yeah, she gave me fast fashion. She gave me easy everyday wear, casual wear. That's the vibe that I was getting from Laura. And, you know, this is contrary to what the other ladies are doing, which is more custom made, more high fashion, high end things. But I mean, this was Laura's style. We saw it even in her fashion show, that's the vibe that she's for. So at least she stayed true to who she is and didn't feel the need to change that because of the group that she's joining. That being said, it still feels very underwhelming that there's no outfit of Laura's that I remember, and there's no incident where I can say at the specific event Laura was the best dressed. I think that's very underwhelming. Chioma absolutely ate up all the looks. She absolutely delivered. According to me, she's the best dressed person on the show. She was the best dressed. She literally delivered 110% or nothing, and I'm here for it, you know. I loved that she was that girl. She always delivered on the looks. She definitely knew this. She knew that she was delivering, and she always wanted to make a grand entrance. That's why she was always so late. And I feel like this got stale. You know, you can be the best dressed person and you don't need to make that grand entrance. Just know who you are, know what you are, and like, there's no need to try so hard to get all that attention. You know, it kind of got stale because she was always late for functions, and you know, and not even like a little bit late, like for hours. Imagine being hours late. Like, what is the point? What is the point? It's kind of rude. Like, if you're attending like a public thing, then sure, I get it. But if you're attending a private like function where maybe it's just 6 of your friends, or you've been invited personally by somebody you know, and there's no particular reason why you're late. You're just late because you like being late, or you're late because you started getting really late. I mean, you know how long it takes you to get ready. If it takes you 6 hours to get ready, start getting ready 6 hours earlier. Don't get ready when there's 2 hours left or 3 hours left, knowing very well that you're going to end up taking 6 hours. It was just very rude, and I didn't like that. Mariam, Iyabo, and Caroline also dressed very well, dressed well for their bodies. Mariam always wore something that suits her and fits her perfectly for her slim body, and would have maybe an exposed back or a little cleavage. Iyabo always dressed like the goddess she is. She always dressed like the goddess she is. All the time. Caroline dressed like a queen and loved her jewels. However, some of the ladies didn't always have something positive to say about, you know, the way she dresses, because she liked to wear really tight outfits, and would have either a lot of leg or a lot of cleavage exposed a lot of times with her outfits. Chioma and Tiannah always beat their faces to the gods whenever they had face beats on. They're always flawless, perfection. Chioma's wig was always laid, honey. It was always laid to perfection. And we have seen Tiannah in her beautiful glowing skin and her cornrows. However, we haven't seen Chioma rock I think barefaced. We haven't seen her barefaced. We haven't seen her without her wig on. So either she's just one of those girls who always have, you know, a face beat on, who always have it on points in check, or she's just maybe not comfortable to be filming and not have her makeup and her wig off. Mariam was a natural queen. She preferred the natural glam more than anything whenever she had her makeup on. And we have also seen her on the show without her makeup on, and she wasn't shy about taking her wig off while on camera or while filming. We've also seen Caroline several times on the show without makeup on. We have seen her with makeup on, and she's also more on the natural glam side of things. That's what she prefers. That's what we saw her wear most of the time when she had makeup on. And she also preferred to style her natural hair, and that is it when it comes to her glam up. Iyabo also always had her makeup and hair on point. She didn't wear like super glam, but she definitely wore full coverage all the time, and always had her wig laid and secured, babes. Like, she always had her wig secured. Then we get to Laura. Laura looked like she did her own makeup on the show. Like, that's the vibe I was getting. Like, she did her own makeup on the show, and it actually really showed. And that's not a good thing. Like, I feel like the other ladies looked more like they had professional makeup done most of the time. Obviously, you can't have like a professional makeup artist doing your makeup all the time, like, unnecessarily, but they looked more professional. And then we could see that Laura did her own makeup. I don't think that that's a good thing. I don't think that that's a good look, but I only think that because of the comparison. You know, we're comparing her to the other cast members when it comes to the deliverance of hair and makeup looks, and she definitely looked like she did her own hair and makeup. And we did see her I think in more than one episode actually getting ready, so she was doing her hair and makeup. So I don't know if the other ladies are doing their own thing. They probably better than, like, she gave me, I think she was too matte or almost ghosty. I don't know what was going on, but I think there are some shots where she was caught and it looked kind of ghosty. Maybe it was the angle, maybe I don't know what it was, but it didn't look good. So yeah, that's not good. In that area, honestly, she didn't deliver. But I will say that I personally feel like it was refreshing seeing her doing, like, getting ready on the show, you know, doing her makeup, doing her hair, especially when it was still like in the beginning stages where it's not looking good at all. Because most of the ladies, even if you get a look or, you know, inside their glam while they're getting ready for an event or something like that, it was always in the final stages, you know, and things are looking good now. Like now things are looking presentable for camera. And Laura is, you know, there's that part where I think they were already in Dubai. My gosh, her hair, that was not good at all. That was not good at all. Like seeing her without the wig and everything. But yeah, it was kind of refreshing seeing that we didn't see the other ladies do that. So she brought that more real aspect into it, like, hey, we're not always put together, and sometimes this is a process we have to go through in order to get ready and get put together. When it comes to hosting, the ladies really did perform well. Iyabo's beach house was stunning, and that function was absolutely amazing. She did well hosting the ladies, and she was an amazing host. And Chioma also just basically stepped up as well and performed well when she hosted the ladies for the weekend away, and all the time that she hosted the ladies for the smaller dinners at a restaurant, you know, get together. She did well. And Mariam's dinner was also great as well. It was amazing. It was amazing. I know I'm looking crazy right now, but please give me a moment. It was amazing, and she did an amazing job. The karaoke was fun. Caroline's boho party was certainly the best event. So she yeah, she doesn't get the trophy when it comes to hosting. I think the events is just not my vibe, but I feel like also the effort wasn't as much as, you know, with Chioma's getaway or Iyabo's beach house function. But it still could have been just okay if there hadn't been a whole fight that broke out. And I mean, that fight broke out at the beginning of the evening, at the beginning of the function. So by the time it was done, she wasn't able to, you know, basically get people's emotions back into it, like, she wasn't able to salvage the situation basically. So it was just like dead in the water. It was just, unfortunately, it was the end of it. Laura's fashion show, that's where she hosted the ladies, right? It was okay. It wasn't the best, but it obviously wasn't as bad as Caroline's function or event. So it was okay. The people stayed behind a bit to chat, have some food, but yeah, it didn't perform as well as, you know, when Chioma or when Mariam or Iyabo was hosting. So it's right in the middle. It's just okay. And of course, the queen of hosting, the crown, is taken by Tiannah. And actually, as I was thinking about it, I was like, wait, Tiannah hosted the ladies so many times, which again circles back to me saying, like, I feel like she's the center of this show. You know, she's right in the middle, the Nini of Lagos. Okay, maybe I'm being extra, but yeah, I feel like she's right in the center of it. She was excellent from right at the beginning. She was a good example for the ladies of what they should do when they're hosting. When she had a party at Chioma's restaurant, the launch party, then she delivered again at her traditional party, you know, the traditional party where she announced her birthday. That party was awesome. It was amazing. And yet again, when she hosted the ladies for her birthday for a whole week in Dubai. She definitely, I mean, how many events have I counted now? Can you mention one Tiannah event that was horrible? Never. So all her functions were amazing. She, like, dropped it out of the park, so she obviously deserves this crown. She definitely takes the cup when it comes to host for this season, the best host for this season. She definitely takes the cup. I've realized that like with this housewives thing, people really want to upstage each other, especially when it comes to hosting. Like it really matters. Like, oh my gosh, this was such a great function. Like I wonder if I'll outdo it because I'm hosting next, you know? So she's done a phenomenal job all the time. She's definitely the best host. So obviously the whole point of Real Housewives is that the ladies develop a friendship, or they're sort of a squad. So let's get into this friendship development and also conflict build up, because we all know in a group of friends it's not always, you know, everything's rosy, especially with different grown women who may come from different parts and have different histories or whatever, and you're trying to put them together to form this bond, this sisterhood, this friendship, right? So where do I begin? Let me start with Tiannah, since she has the most friends. So Tiannah has a close friendship with Laura, Mariam, and Iyabo, and she is very real, very upfront. She doesn't front, she doesn't pretend. If she doesn't like you, she doesn't like you. Obviously she won't be nasty, but she's not the pretending type, right? So if she doesn't like you, she doesn't like you. It's not really that she has beef or she hates Caroline or Chioma. It's just especially Caroline, it's just that in the beginning it's this she feels like Caroline is kind of fake, and I think that this is not an independent decision. I feel like she reached this point through her friend Laura, who has serious beef with Caroline. Okay, their issues, they are deep, and as I mentioned, Iyabo once was very open from the beginning, so she definitely wants to form friendships. She's open with the ladies. She was an open book. If you say something to her on the side, she's definitely going to bring it to the table so that everybody can get to defend themselves, you know. Like if you said something about one of the ladies with her when you know, it was just the two of you, she's going to have it addressed when everybody's together, and that's just how it is. With her. So in the end, Iyabo is close friends with Tiannah, as she was in the beginning, and also has formed a close bond with Chioma, but she also is cool with the rest of the ladies. Similar to Iyabo, Mariam entered the group with an open heart. She was open to knowing all the ladies, forming, you know, relationships with them individually, and, you know, becoming part of the group. She was very open-minded, open-hearted, and open to everyone, and not just being like, okay, so I'm here through Tiannah, who I'm friends with, so that's my person, and I don't need to get close with the rest of y'all. She was very open and she put herself out there, you know, like she made an effort to develop a relationship with the rest of the ladies. And she also was like the type of person to bring matters to the table. Like if somebody says something or did something that wasn't it, she will bring it up and it will be a topic for discussion in front of everyone, you know, instead of on the side alone in the absence of the person. She likes things to be upfront, everybody to be here, everybody defend themselves if they have to. And yeah, she was that kind of person. An argument shouldn't pick sides based on friendship. She picks sides based on who's right and who's wrong. You know, it isn't like, oh, this is my friend, so I won't call them out type situation. No. She called them out. I feel like that's one thing that Mariam, Iyabo, and Tiannah had in common. They didn't like choose to not discuss things because, oh, I'm close with you, so I'm not gonna call you out, you know, I'm not trying to ruin our friendship or rock the boat because we've already formed this bond. They addressed matters. Like if there's an issue, we're gonna bring it to the table, we're gonna have it discussed. Even if you're my friend, I'm gonna call you out on your bullshit. So that was how they are. In the end, Mariam was the closest still with Tiannah, but she did form good bonds with the rest of the ladies. So from the very beginning of the show, Chioma and Caroline hung out a lot. You know, they chose each other, they would do yoga together, they formed strong bonds, and they soon became the best friends on the show. You know, always together, always going out together, gossiping together. You know, they did all that. And you know, Chioma was deemed the queen leader of the duo, and Caroline the follower who does whatever Queen Chioma does. So if Chioma wasn't coming to an event, it was assumed that Caroline also won't show. And I think it's true. I think it was, at least at the beginning, until she found out that people are actually calling her a follower. These kind of friendships are obviously toxic. They're not good, and in my opinion they always end in tears, where there's a presumed leader and other people must do what the leader wants to sort of seek their approval, get their approval, you know, do what the queen likes, what the leader likes. And that sucks, you know, because they end up not getting to do the things that they actually like. They end up getting to only do what this presumed leader of the group likes, and that's it. Like, that is it. What's the fun in that? That kind of sucks, really, honestly, if you're honest. And that's so childish. I can never expect it from adult friendships. You could expect that sort of thing from primary school or high school drama, not really as an adult, but it still happens. I remember in Real Housewives of Johannesburg season 2, this was sort of the relationship the other ladies were saying between Mpumi Mobs and Letabo. And Mpumi Mobs was the presumed, you know, follower who was doing whatever Letabo says, or, you know, sort of like seeking her approval. And it sucked when Letabo actually kind of acknowledged that, like, she didn't deny that. It kind of sucks. It kind of sucks when you're the, you know, you're said supposedly the follower. You know, everybody should, friendship should be balanced. Friendship should be balanced. That's how it should be. That's the perfect way to do it. But let me tell you, whenever there's this imbalance, it always ends in tears. Similar to Letabo and Mpumi Mobs, I think Chioma is one of those girls. I think she knows. I think she knew that she was the presumed leader. She kind of liked it, I feel. I think without saying it, she's that girl who likes being attended to, kind of likes the attention, kind of likes, you know, feeling like she's in control. She's the leader of what's happening here. And yeah, I think she enjoyed it, honestly. I think she enjoyed the attention. I think without saying it, she doesn't want to admit it, but she likes attention. She likes being the popular girl, and she likes being the leader of the group, leader of the pact. And I think that's what she also wanted to do on the show, kind of be the one to outshine the other ladies. I feel, that's how I feel, that's how I'm seeing it. I mean, like I said, I think Chioma likes attention, and she gets off of getting the attention, but she just doesn't want to admit it. That is why she was doing, you know, these late grand entrances. I feel like subconsciously she does love the attention. She just doesn't want to admit it, you know. Just admit it, girl. Just admit it. Just admit it. But anyways, that is just my thought. That's just what I think. I don't know. As for Laura, she's had one best friend on the show, a really close friend, Tiannah, but I don't think that Laura was a good friend to Tiannah. It was like her one friend on the show, and she was really close, and she didn't really make efforts with make an effort with the other ladies. But it's like, she was just weird, according to me. It's like she wanted Tiannah to adopt her beefs. You know, she had a really strong, like, the biggest beef with Caroline. That is the one person on the cast that she had beef with, and it stems back from what Laura's sister wrote about Caroline, what Caroline said about Laura's sister. And so Laura cannot take it when people talk about her family, so she will fight you. Okay, she will fight you. She was ready to fight Caroline literally almost every time that she saw Caroline, and it was funny. She was just always almost ready to fight her. And it's like she wanted Tiannah to also adopt the beef, you know, like hate Caroline, like just like, oh my gosh, I can't stand her. Like whenever she was ready to fight, like she should also be ready to fight. And it's like, girl, no, I don't have to. Like that's not the only way that I show I'm your friend, you know. Like surely we're grown, mature adults. That's not how it should be. And so Laura did not like that. Another person that Laura did not like on the show is actually Chioma. She didn't really have that much beef with her, but this story started with when Chioma actually did not acknowledge Laura as a friend. Laura said, oh yeah, we're friends, and Chioma's like, yeah, she was my customer for several years. So she did not like that she was called a customer when she actually addressed somebody as a friend. But Chioma's like, girl, you're not my friend, you're just a customer. So it is what it is. And for the rest of the season, it was like Laura was sort of trying to get Chioma's acknowledgement. You know, it was like she was trying to get her approval, and that kind of sucked. That wasn't good. It didn't look good at all. It was not a good look. You know, I feel like she was trying to throw it as shade, but it actually looked like, girl, you just want Chioma's attention, and that did not good look. That wasn't a good look on her at all. And I think another reason why Chioma bonded with Caroline so much, I think it's over the issues with Laura. They had to gossip about her, talk about her so much, and they got so close. And that is probably another reason why Laura did not like Chioma so much, just because she was close with Caroline, which is her biggest enemy, right, on the show. Like, they did not get along at all. The beef between Caroline and Laura was honestly the cause of many fights on the show. It was, most of the fights were due to that. And if we're honest, we watch it for the drama. We watch Real Housewives for the drama. We watch reality TV for the drama. So they definitely brought the drama. You know, at first I was annoyed at Laura. I was like, oh my gosh, this girl, always seeking attention, always wanting to fight. You know, it felt like she's the instigator. So in a way, I felt like she was wrong and Caroline was not. You know, Caroline was willing to be cordial, and you sort of, you know, were like, let's fight, let's take it outside. All the time, always ready to fight. Girl, chill, calm down. So I felt like she was in the wrong, but honestly, as like, now that the show has come to an end, I'm just like, you know what, maybe Laura was my hero. Like, maybe Laura was the drama we all needed. Like, imagine the show without Laura, because that's how I felt. I was like, maybe Laura actually doesn't want to be in the show. Like, maybe she signed, but then like realized later that I shouldn't have signed, because I actually don't like some of these bitches, you know. So like, but I feel like, you know what, Laura is the drama that we needed. This is the biggest drama that we have. The beef between Caroline and Laura is what brought the drama to the table. That's what kept us coming back, and that is awesome. We finally hit the breaking point of the show, and that is the season finale. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. But I knew it. There was no way they're gonna spend all those days in Dubai alone in the same house and a fight would not break out. However, it's not anything that we as the viewers could have imagined. Like, none of us saw this coming. Not even like, nobody saw it coming. The biggest fight was not Laura and Caroline. It was not Laura versus Caroline. Laura actually took a step back at this trip. She admitted she likes attention. She feels like she likes attention, and she's sorry for all the drama she's caused, you know. And yeah, she was like, I'll be sure, I'll take a back seat, and she actually did. And you know what, I am grateful for Laura for doing that, because I feel like she gave us the biggest drama. Had she not, you know, taken a step back, it would have still been like, oh, Laura, it would be like Laura. But she took a step back and paved the way to one of the biggest fights we've seen in this season, when two best friends fight. Oh my gosh, all the gossip comes out, all the things they say, like it's just a mess. Nobody could have thought Caroline and Chioma would finally break that friendship, and the things they said to each other, the things that were done, I think they cannot be undone. Like, I don't know how they're gonna get back to being friends, if they're ever gonna be friends again. It was crazy. Like, people's parents were brought into, and let me tell you where I think it started, right? Let me tell you, like I said, Caroline versus Laura has been the biggest beef, and for the most part, people have been taking Caroline's side. For the most part, people are always like, Laura likes attention, Laura likes the drama, Laura is the problem. Now that Laura had apologized and was like, okay guys, I'm sorry, I'm gonna step back, that's when people started being warmer to her, being more you know, like friendlier with her. And I think Caroline could not stand it. She could not stand it. She even, when she tried to interrupt Tiannah when she was talking with Laura, she was like, excuse me, that's rude, I'm talking to Laura. So like, so many people were acknowledging Laura, you know, and she hated that. She wished that they could still give her the cold shoulder, but nobody was, you know, playing that game. And then also Iyabo was also talking to Laura. I think that's why she kind of had drama with Iyabo, but I think it also stems from the fact that there's something that Iyabo said at their first day in Dubai, and that's kind of insinuated to her, Caroline, that Iyabo thinks she's dating multiple men at the same time, and that is so disrespectful. Like, what do you take me for? You know. So then Caroline was pissed. She says she was hungry, but like then she lashed out on Iyabo. Iyabo could not take it, and Iyabo has been civil and trusty throughout the season, but let me tell you, she got physical. I mean, it must have been something deep. The producers were not able to catch it, but we were told after the part by these ladies. And that's when Chioma got in the middle. You know, she's trying to defend her friend, even though she knows she's wrong. And she's also actually close with Iyabo as well. But obviously, she's best friends with Caroline. She steps in, tries to... And that's when Iyabo throws her off. And, like, she literally caught bruises for a fight that wasn't for her. You know, and Caroline doesn't even acknowledge it, doesn't even... So, there's all the other ladies except for Laura in this room. I'm not sure if Tiannah was there. I think she was. No, I don't think Tiannah was there. I think it was... Chioma, Caroline, who was, you know, being rude to Iyabo trying to fight. Mariam was also there to witness, so trying to calm the situation. And Iyabo leaves finally, and Chioma tries to force, tells Caroline that she needs to apologize because she obviously took out her frustrations on the wrong person. And the fact that Caroline didn't see that on her own, that she needs to apologize, I don't know. But she ends up going to apologize. The apology is not genuine. So Chioma also then later on, when they're all together having you know, at the pool party, they're all together, Chioma brings this up again, that, you know, I feel like you owe Iyabo a genuine apology. And she says, but I've apologized, I've given her a gift. She said she accepts my apology, but then she says, but the apology was not genuine. And, you know, then that's when Caroline is shocked. Like, what do you mean you forced me to apologize? What do you mean the apology was not genuine? And Mariam was like, yeah, I was there. I know. I know you were forced to apologize. What is this girl saying? So she's just, you know, doing the math in her head. And Chioma's there like, no, you know, I told you to apologize. You know, I had to force you to apologize. She's like, no, what do you mean? She's, you know, denying it. So there's Chioma and Mariam finally seeing this side. They get to the realization that, yo, Caroline can lie through her teeth. Caroline can lie through her she is fake, she can lie, she is good at lying. Laura was right, I suppose, because that's what Laura used to say about Chioma. She was about Caroline. She was saying that some of the things that Caroline was saying about her are lies, and she's just such a good liar, and all that. And now it's like, was Laura right? And Laura was nowhere to be found. Laura was sitting in the back chewing a popcorn, enjoying the show, and like, I don't want any part of this drama. I'm not the drama. Let me sit back for once, not be the drama, and enjoy this drama, you know, from the sidelines. So things escalated, they got heated, and Chioma started accusing Caroline of like, if you can do this to somebody who I thought we were close to, you could do this to me someday, and I don't like that. And Caroline is like, no, I'd never do that, no, I've never done that. But it's like, but you've done it now, so what's to say you won't do it to me, you know? And that's when like things were getting heated, and Caroline was called a liar by Chioma, and that's when she lost her marbles. That's when they started the word fight, name calling, and it escalated to a point where Caroline involved Chioma's family, and it's like, oh no, sweetie, don't touch my family, let's not go there. And that's when the gloves went off, and Queen Chioma was ready to get down and dirty to a physical fight. You know, the way she's always been like, I don't fight, I don't do that, no, I don't get involved. She was ready, like she was ready to go at her, and they had to hold her back, and it was just bad. And I feel like this was the absolute drama to end the season with, the epic drama to end the season with. Who would have thought that these two best friends would get to this point? I didn't, and it's very shocking. So my final thoughts on the season, I'll be honest, it's been very apparent throughout this talk where I was just sharing my opinion that Laura has been the thorn in my shoe. Laura has just been the pain in the ass throughout the season. Like, I just didn't like Laura. She didn't make a good impression, and she didn't try to change it either throughout the season. She was just terrible. in my opinion. And I felt like Laura signed this without, you know, wanting to. She actually didn't want to be on the show, but she ended up being on the show for some reason, and she realized too late when she'd already signed. And I thought that Laura would be like, I'm done, sweetie. After season 1, I don't want to see these ladies again. But now that I think about it, I was like, no, Laura is actually the drama. Laura is actually the drama that this show needs. Laura needs to come back. And also considering the fact that she wasn't at the center of the drama when the season ended, she just might want to come back just to watch, you know. I mean, she did a fair share. This is not exonerated from what she did, but it's definitely like poetic justice, you know, like the girl that I've been warning y'all about all this time. Now, she's the troublemaker. I told y'all. So I think she's gonna come back. She definitely needs to come back. I think her beef with Caroline is far from over. I think they still have a good 2 seasons to go in there, you know, just, you know, pulling out on this beef. I think they're gonna have it for a long time. So they both need to come back. We need them both. Like, look, I want them both back in season 2, and I need this drama. I need to see where it ends. I honestly need to see how far it's gonna go, honestly. And I think we need to see. I think now we need receipts also, especially at the reunion. We need to see the receipts. Who's what, who's saying what, who's right, who's wrong. Receipts, sweetie, receipts. And big up to Tiannah for keeping it real all the time. She never faked it for nobody. If she didn't like it, she didn't like it. And she'd tell you to your face and not behind your back. She says it as it is, and big up to her for always being real about it and always being the realest person, you know, on the show. And I think Mariam and Iyabo were the voices of reason. They were the more calmer ones. They were trying to, you know, when there's a sort of a fight, they try and mediate and just get to the bottom of things. So very cordial, very calm, you know, and they're very mature about things. So big up to them for being the voice of reason that the show needed. Caroline and Chioma were also obviously the gossip girls that we needed. We need those 2 best friends who always like share some gossip between them. They were the gossip girls that we needed, and of course their closeness allowed for us to get some hot tea and, you know, and also get that beautiful, well, not beautiful, but like that chaotic fight that we get because they're so close when they finally fought, when things went pear-shaped. Anyways, let me know what your favorite part of the season was down in the comment section. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I can't wait for season 2. But I'm even more excited for this reunion that's coming up. I can't wait for the receipts. I can't wait for the drama. I'm so glad that it's coming sooner than season 2. And I can't wait to see it. Let me know what your thoughts about the whole show was, and just your favorite part, your favorite person, everything in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in my next video.